This is a Geek Must-Have with a product review of the Vancle, V-A-N-C-L-E, camp light. And this camp light is courtesy of the Vancle folks for me to do a review on. And it's a camping light, and it is, when it came here it was very well packed. It was packed in a box inside of a box with the standard foam ends on it to hold it in place. It had about a quarter charge on the battery, so I had to charge the battery back up again. Came with the obligatory carabiner clip, that if you want to be a camping lamp, you got to have a carabiner clip. It's kind of a very unique LED camping light. Got a couple magnets on it that are fairly strong to hold it on to things. And it has a number of lighting modes. Each one of the lighting modes is accessed by a little push button here on the back. First one is a standard flashlight, and as you can see it's rather bright. And then it's got a strobing light function as well. And then it has what it's called a unilateral LED, and then a bilateral LED. And I have to tell you, the bilateral LED, where both LEDs are lit, is more than enough to light up a campsite, but it's far too much to use inside of a tent. So I think that's why they have the unilateral, the one side light. That would be great for inside of a tent, and then the both sides would be good for using it as a regular camping lantern. It's actually quite bright. I'm going to have to do some research as to whether the 400 lumen statement that they have on their product site is actually accurate. My initial testing on this using a light meter showed it was fairly close, and 400 lumens is pretty bright. It also has another lighting mode, which is called their SOS mode, which in Michigan can get you arrested if you put it inside of a car. It blinks alternately red and blue, which is the identical blinking pattern for law enforcement vehicles. Now, if you don't use it in your vehicle and you're at a campsite, I imagine this would get somebody's attention, because it would look like there was a police officer out in the middle of the woods, which is pretty good. And then there's a last lighting mode, which is this yellow mode, and they call this their mosquito repellent mode. And that's not really an accurate statement. While yellow light is a type of light that's useful for insects, it's because of a different reason. The yellow light spectrum is one of those light spectrums that insects can't really see, so they're not drawn to this light. So it's not a repellent light as much as it is an anti-attractive light. So if you use a regular white light at a campsite, the bugs will flock to that. If you use a yellow light, the bugs can't see this. They don't think that there's a food source nearby, so they'll ignore this. So this is more of an insect ignore the light thing. It is very well constructed. It's got aluminum ends, plastic sides, and very good rubber silicone bushings on the side here, which I imagine contribute to it getting its IPX8 water resistant mode. That means you can use it in the rain. You can't use it underwater as a dive lamp or anything like that, but you could easily hang this in a campsite, and if it got rained on, it's not going to stop working. You can also use it as a USB charger to charge a cell phone. The claim is it has a 2.1 ampere output on it. When I tested it using a dummy load, I got to 1.95 before the discharge circuit in here cut in and cut the battery off. Now, while that's like 1.95 is not quite 2.1, that's really only 0.2 of a milliampere. That's a really small amount of current. There is plenty of current in this thing to charge a cell phone up. I don't know how many times. I haven't done a discharge test on it yet to find out how long the battery lasts. The claim is that this is a 7,800 milliampere hour battery. That would be a pretty beefy battery inside of a unit like this. I will do a test on that, and I'll also do a test on the 400 lumen claim to make certain that that's credible. But to actually do the charging on it, you take this end cap off, And when the end cap comes off, you have your charging circuit here where you can plug a standard USB cable in and charge a cell phone up or a tablet. And then you have your micro USB jack here where you can plug it into a standard 5-volt source and charge it. And here's the little rubber silicone gasket to make certain that this stays waterproof. Overall, this is a really nice lamp. I kept it on for 40 hours straight in the bilateral mode, using the most amount of current as possible. And after 40 hours, it was still burning away. I'll do a better, more lengthier test later as to how long the batteries actually last. But this is actually quite a nice unit, and I will be adding this to my camp kit. And thumbs up on this. It's a very good unit. As I said, the only thing I'm not really sure about are some of the claims, but even still, it's a nice camp light. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a good day.